Hello, and welcome to the third episode in this brand new world. We're still in the early days, but today marks a big milestone. I'll be placing the very first stone of what will become our village. I'm also setting out to find sheep and cattle, which you can now see I've found the cattle. Both is very or incredibly important at the early stage of the game. Why cattle? Because we need books. And to make enough books, we need leather. A lot of it. To make all the enchantments become maximum. Sure, I could build an automatic cow farm, but I will do that later. And maybe, only maybe. But for now, it's all manual labor. Just me, some wheat, and a dream. As you can see, I also found some sheep, fluffy little legends. I don't need nearly as many of them as I do cattle in the beginning, but they still have their use. Mostly I need wool to make beds for new villagers, because apparently villagers don't like sleeping on the floor. Who knew? Also, wool might come in handy for trading. You never know what kind of weird stuff villagers are into. My real goal, though, is to get some shiny diamond tools, weapons, and armor. But those things don't come cheap. So for now, I'll have to hustle, trade whatever I can, climb the economic ladder, and hopefully not go broke in the process. So, here's the problem with fencing sheep and cattle. They absolutely refuse to cooperate. I swear, it's like they know I'm trying to trap them. And since I don't have any carpets yet, jumping in and out while keeping them pending is basically impossible. I failed repeatedly. It's becoming a bit of a tradition at this point. It's close to pathetic. But hey, soon I'll have carpets and that ridiculous fencing saga will finally come to an end. Alright, enough animal wrangling for now. Let's speed up things up a bit and get to the main mission of this episode, laying the very first stone of the village. Hey, get in there. Wow, now this is pathetic. Again? No, get in there. Okay, now please stay. Phew, finally. Now they are in there. Whoa, this was pathetic. Alright, a bit of farm work before we dive into village building. If you have been following me for a while, you might remember that my village has a distinct look. I like to use polished diorite for the village ground. I know, not everyone's favorite block, but I think it gives the place a clean, modern vibe. Now, in past builds, I've been giving my villagers some pretty cool little homes, but this time I got something even cooler in mind. For now, though, I will start with some temporary housing, just enough to get the first villagers settled in, while I work on the real vision. Big plans ahead. As you can see, I've made another change this time. No more floating lights. I'm going for ground lighting instead. Gotta keep those pesky mobs away, because for some reason they just love ruining my village. Seriously, it's like they've marked it in their calendars. So I'll be fencing in the village and throwing away too much light. Probably enough to see it from space. Don't worry though, it's temporarily. I'll swap it out for lanterns later, so that it is even cooler, and hopefully even add some glowberries. I really like the look of those. A little style and safety never hurts anyone. Alright, time to build the first resident house. Now, I could go all in with fancy design, but let's be honest, I'm working with some pretty meh resources right now. So, this first house, it's going to be temporarily one. Nothing special, just a starter home to get things rolling. And yes, it will be demolished later, like an old set piece in a bad movie. Still, I love building houses, even the small one. They're quick to throw up, and they give the village some life. Now that I think about it, should I build just one house? Probably not. I'll need more than 6 villagers early on if I want this place to function properly. Let's say 12. Yeah, 12 sounds good. So, let's not waste time. I'm building 2 temporary houses. Basic, fast, and good enough to keep the villagers happy for now. While I'm working on the first villager's house, I'm also juggling a bunch of other important tasks. Because apparently I've decided to be mayor, farmer, lumberjack, and urban planner all at once. I've got chicken to farm, got to keep food supply going. I'm expanding the pen for the sheep and cows, giving them a bit more breathing room and hopefully fewer escapes attempt. Trees are getting chopped left and right as I clear space and push the village border outwards. Progress is happening, just not in a straight line. Meanwhile, I still don't have a house of my own. Nope, homeless by choice. Priorities, right? But you know what I will build before my house? A tiny church for the enchantment table, because even magic needs a proper home. When will I find time to build everything I've planned? Honestly, no clue. But hey, no block at a time, right? Alright, the walls are up, and it's finally starting to look like a real house. Windows are about to go in, and even though this is just a temporary build, I gotta say, it's already looking pretty cool. Now, I'm working on the roof, because no one wants to live in a house that doubles as a rain collector. Bit by bit, it's coming together, and the whole structure is really starting to take shape. It might be a short-term house, but hey, temporarily doesn't mean it has to be ugly. Oh, and of course, just as I'm building, a pillager patrol shows up. Classic timing. But no worries, the Illigers were more bark than bite this time. Luckily, they dropped the ominous bottle and it didn't break. So I've got the option to trigger a ride later if I feel like causing a bit of chaos. Honestly, I took them out so fast you probably didn't even notice it on the video. Blink and you missed it. Oh, I forgot to mention. Big shout out to the dogs. They really pulled their weight during the pillager ambush. While the Illigers were busy missing every shot like stormtroopers, my dogs were full blast mode and helped me clean them up in no time. Now, back to the house. The only thing left is the door, and I'm starting to clear away the temporary scaffolding and construction mess. Let's take a little circular tour around the building and see if the temporary home lives up to the standard I like. I think it's got some charm, don't you? Nice. The house is ready. Now, all that's left is to fill it with beds and, of course, fill it with villagers. Which means it's time to go pick up some startup villagers. Or, let's be honest, kidnap them. Yep, it's the part that of the Minecraft journey again. The slightly unethical but totally necessary villager relocation operation. Let's grab a boat and go bring some new residents into their shiny new temporary home. Oh, but not so fast. Before we go out on our little village rescue mission, there's a few things I need to take care of first. First, I've got to build a proper fence around the village. If I don't, those villagers will be running off the second they touch grass. Trust me, they're like toddlers with too much sugar, gone in a flash. While I'm at it, I'll also set up a proper drop-off zone so I can easily bring them in once I've borrowed them. And of course, I can't forget the beds. No beds, no villagers. So let's get everything in place before the great relocation begins. I gotta admit, I'm getting really restless. Fencing the whole village is taking forever. And all I want to do is to dash out and find those villagers already. But it has to be done. It's one of those boring but necessary steps to keep the future resident safe and contained. So the villager hunt will have to wait until the next episode. Hope you can forgive me for being a bit impatient, but it's just a part of the adventure, alright? In the meantime, I'm heading back down into the mine. I'm running low on iron, as always, and if I want to keep this village project moving, I'm going to need a lot more resources. Time to grab a pickaxe and get digging. Nice. I stumbled across some easy to grab lava down in the mine, and I love it. Lava is super useful. It's perfect for fueling furnaces, and of course, I'll need it later when I'm ready to build the portal to the nether. So, yeah, big win. Alright, that's it for episode 3. Thanks for hanging out with me. Hope you had fun watching the chaos I'm building and the accidental dog assisted pillage takedown. See you, I hope, in the next episode. We've got villagers to invite, fences to build, and some big plans ahead.